Aftershock. This movie is kind of based on the real earthquake that happened in Chile in the year 2010. Me and part of the cast lived the experience of being in the middle of an earthquake, and it was a very horrifying experience. So from that point on, I was like, whoa, this could be an interesting movie. Make a movie that happens, the movie that talks about the randomness of life, how suddenly, you're doing an interview and out of the blue there is a huge earthquake, and what do you do with that, and how do you survive?
I've always been attracted to reality-based horror or thrillers. I love monster movies, I love science fiction, I love alien films, but what really, really gets me as a writer, the stories I'm attracted to is real tragedy, and you do not need to look any further than the events on planet Earth to find that.
Están demasiado cerca, vámonos.
Chicos, pueden seguir hasta acá, podemos seguir hasta acá.
There's the shortcut. Keep moving.
Corte. Hostia. Sácate la mano de la oreja.
Todavía nos falta un poco, Pato. Sí. 1, 2, 3.
The horror, I think what's so scary about the movie is that it all could really happen, and that we've seen it really happening. I went on YouTube and I looked at the footage from the earthquake, and it was terrifying. So recreating that was a very scary experience.
I think I have two challenges in this movie. One was to act in English, and the other one was because we always make comedies, rom comedies with Nicolas. So it was the first time that I made scenes where I had to suffer, not for a girl. I had to suffer because I had my hand cut off. So it was hard.
Mati, levántate un poco más. Eso, ahí está. Acción. The cool thing about Aftershock is that most of the cast that appears in the movie is the same cast that has appeared in all my previous movies in Chile, like Que Pena Tu Vida, Que Pena Tu Boda, Que Pena Tu Familia, Promedio Rojo, and it was basically like shooting again with friends. And also here we had Eli Roth as an actor, as a producer, as a co-writer, and he was a huge help every day on set, because there is nothing better than having the master of horror when you're shooting a horror movie. And also we got Natasha Yarovenko from Spain, that was recently nominated for the Goyas. And we got the Hungarian actress Andrea Osvald that was nominated for the European Golden Globes. So basically we got really cool people and really smart people to play the parts, because everybody fell in love with the script. 1, 2, 3.
No! Wait, please don't go. I need you.
I know. What's happening? Guys, talk to me!
I think what really makes Aftershock unique is that you see many films in one. You see a little bit of a rom-com, you see a little bit of drama, you see a little bit of an independent movie, and then you see a little bit of thriller and horror. So everybody can find in it something that speaks to them. And it just waves through the 90 minutes of the film in a way that it never drops. It always keeps you engaged. And what Nicolas Lopez made really well, that he makes all the characters so lovable that you love all of them.
So we're about to do the scene where I get crushed by a giant piece of plaster, which our fabulous art department made out of styrofoam, but it weighs close to 100 pounds. It's going to be dropping very fast from a high ceiling, so we have a stunt double. As much as I would like to do the stunt, it's not really wise, because we have a great stunt guy that can make it look really good, and I'd possibly get killed if I did it. But I have to commend Felipe on doing such a magnificent job. You know, I've worked with the best makeup effects guys in the world, and he's right up there with all of them, and this is the first time he's done a burn makeup. But he's obviously a very trained makeup artist. But to be able to have the range of skills to do both beauty makeup and gore burn makeup like this is very rare to find.
Eli has been a fan of my movies since Promedio Rojo. Promedio Rojo was my first feature film that I directed like 10 years ago. And he showed that movie to Quentin Tarantino. Quentin said that it was the funniest movie of the year. So suddenly Eli introduced me to some really cool directors, and he introduced me to that world in a way. And we always talk about doing a movie together. So when the earthquake happened, and we were looking for an idea for a horror movie, I told him everything that actually happened, and he was like, whoa, that will be a really horrifying movie.
Aftershock has so much traumatic stuff, like so much adrenaline, so much energy, and sort of channeling it through, it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be, but it was still very, very different from shooting a romantic comedy.
Okay. Look at me. Mírame. 1, 2.
Also, the fact that the movie was shot with practical effects instead of using CGI. Almost 98% of the movie has practical effects. So when you see things like, you know, falling from the ceiling, they are real, and I think that gives a very impressive look to the movie, because everything feels real. It doesn't feel like if you were playing a video game. It doesn't feel like CGI, and I really like that.